Hello everyone, it's Galina and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to make a fun Christmas card with a handmade lantern. But at first I'm going to stamp my flowers for the lantern. I'm going to use this beautiful poinsettia bordered stamp set from Studio Katia, and I placed it in my MISTI stamping tool and I'm going to stamp on a white smooth cardstock. I'm inking up the stamp with my Memento black ink because I'm going to color it with alcohol-based markers. And today for coloring I'm going to use my new alcohol-based markers called ABT Pro alcohol-based markers from Tombow. I really like them, they have a brush tip and really great vibrant colors. They come in a set, so I have all shades I needed for coloring. But in this set with red markers I don't really like the lightest shades, so I will use my light red Copic marker. I started to color the poinsettia with the darkest red shade and I color in my shadows first. Then I go to blend with my medium and light red color, and at last I applied my lightest red shade. I used my Copic marker R22. To color the other leaves, I used a green set from ABT Pro markers, and in this set I love all the shades. So I'm using the darkest for the deep shadows, the medium color and the lightest color from the set. Also I colored all those little berries with my light yellow and deep orange colors. After my coloring is done, I can use my coordinating die to cut out this beautiful flower bouquet. Next I'm going to cut out my lantern base. I'm going to use a regular tag die, it's called Dotted Shaker Tag number 2, and I'm going to run it through my die cutting machine with some gold mirror cardstock. I'm using a matte gold cardstock from Tonic Studios, and it's better to use some not super shiny cardstock for this lantern. I cut out a tag with a little opening, I used both dies from this set. And now I'm going to turn it to my lantern. At first layer I'm going to apply a dark brown distress ink. I'm applying dark brown ink on edges of my die cutted tag and I'm trying to create shadows on this tag. The next step is adding rust on my gold metal lantern, and I'm using again my alcohol-based markers. I started with a deep orange color and I'm coloring the lantern. Next I want to add a deep shadow, so I'm using my dark brown marker. As a final touch on my handmade lantern, I'm going to add a moss on it. To create this beautiful effect, I'm going to use a flower soft. It's kind of plastic little leaves, and I'm going to adhere them using my Tombow liquid glue. I'm applying a small amount of liquid glue here and there, and then I'm going to cover the glue with my flower soft, and I love to combine two different shades of the flower soft on one project. It will look more realistic. And here is a closer look of my finished lantern. Inside of this lantern you can stamp some candles or create a lightning. I'm going to apply my distress inks on a piece of vellum and I'm starting with my bright yellow color. And on the bottom I'm going to apply just a little bit of deep orange and dark red color to create a fire effect on the vellum. I'm blending colors only on the bottom of my piece of vellum and I'm going to attach it behind the lantern die cut. To create a sentiment for my card, I'm going to use these two little stamps from Poinsettia border stamp set, and I stamp the sentiment with black ink on an ivory colored cardstock. And then I cut out a stripe with the sentiment. I chose a grey cardstock as my card background, and on the bottom I'm going to attach another piece of cardstock. And now I can foam mount the lantern over it. Next I'm attaching my colored poinsettias on the top of my die cut tag, and now I can add a sentiment on the bottom. And at the last moment I decided to change this glowing inside of the lantern, so I'm going to put a little piece of yellow cardstock behind the vellum. Hopefully I didn't press well my foam tape, so I can easily put this piece of cardstock. I think the lantern will look better with this little addition. And to embellish my card I'm going to add just a few gold sparkle crystals on the left and right side of my card background. And also I'm adding white dots with my white gel pen inside of the lantern. So here is my finished lantern card. I hope you like it and will try to make your own. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below. Full supply list you can find in the video description as well as in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and I will see you next week. Bye!